Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name is Odds, and we are going to be discussing the summer 2022 films, or movies, blockbusters, anything that came out in the summer of 2022 that I saw. I saw 7 movies in theaters this summer. I'm going to rank them from worst to best, and if you disagree with my ranking, that is okay. Just let me know what your ranking is of these movies down below. I will let you know I didn't see Elvis, so that is not in the ranking, just as a spoiler. I'm sure everyone's just distraught that Elvis is not included in this, but yeah, there will be some blockbusters and some smaller films as well, so be sure to stay tuned for that. If you're new here today, I would love for you to subscribe. I do 2 videos a week, Mondays and Thursdays at this point in time, just to coordinate with She-Hulk. Beauty vlogs, film, Marvel, DC, there's something on this channel for everyone, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Got a lot of videos planned for the end of the year, so really excited to move forward. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with what I thought was the worst movie of the summer. This one I do have a review of up on my channel, so if you want more in-depth detail about it, as well as a couple of these, then go to that video. I can put it in the cards and in the description box below. But the worst movie I saw this summer was Jurassic World Dominion. This movie was such a disappointment in so many ways. I don't love the Jurassic World franchise. I love the original Jurassic Park and I like the Lost World, but I don't love the franchise as a whole when they rebooted it. But it was exciting to get to see the original trio reunite and kind of team up once again to, you would think, to do something with dinosaurs. But they don't. Spoiler for all of these movies. But this one in particular dealt with giant locusts instead of the dinosaurs that were actually kind of you were led to believe that we were going to have to handle how dinosaurs were working as part of with the ecosystem and the planet. But no, they decided to make it about giant locusts from Biosyn. It was a whole mess, guys. Like, their only benefit is that Sattler and Grant did get together, and there were some cool dinosaur moments, but they were overshadowed by these giant locusts. So I do not really recommend seeing this movie. You can watch it on Peacock starting shortly. They're going to stream it there, and it's available to purchase already. So if you did want to watch it, you can watch it for free if you have Peacock. I would not recommend going to buy it or renting it. I don't even think I would recommend watching this. Number 6, I also have a review of on this channel, kind of comparing the book and the movie, is Where the Crawdads Sing. So this movie just wasn't great. The book itself I don't think was as great as people hyped it up to be, but that's what happens when things get overhyped. They often don't live up to the expectations that people set them up to have. So I have a whole review on this, so if you want all the details on it, you can go there. I don't think it was as good as the book, and I didn't love the book, so not great there. Number 5, I think, is going to be pretty controversial, so I'm sorry for fans of this, but it's going to be Nope. I did not love this movie. I liked elements of this movie, but I thought the twist that that Jean Jacket was a alien creature rather than a flying saucer was stupid. I didn't like the design of it at all. And there's just there's a little bit too much going on in this. There's a whole subplot with Steven Yeun's character where he deals with like childhood trauma, which I thought was interesting. That was probably the most interesting part of the movie, is that side character and that side story. I think it's trying to show that creatures are unable to be controlled and unpredictable. I don't know. I didn't read a bunch of video, or I didn't read a bunch of essays on this movie because I didn't really enjoy it. And I know a lot of people recommend going to see it more than once. But this movie is very controversial, so it's either like you love it or you hate it. I didn't really hate it, but I didn't love it. So I was kind of fell somewhere in the middle. I don't think it was great. I think the movie was beautifully shot and the actors all did a phenomenal job. It's just the overall plot line that I didn't love. So that being said, coming in at number 4 is Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, this movie is pretty much universally known to be garbage. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. I don't think it's a good movie. So that's the difference. I could kind of interchange Nope and Thor, just because I think Nope is a good movie that I just didn't really enjoy, whereas Thor was not a good movie that I really enjoyed. So it's kind of like take one or the other. Like, they could be pretty interchangeable. But I do have a review. So Nope was the one, Nope, and then the 3 movies above this do not have reviews on this channel, so I'll try to talk a little bit more in depth about them as we get to them. But Thor, again, I have a review of this on my channel. I really connected with Jane's storyline about her having cancer. I thought that was done really well. Some people said it wasn't, but I thought it was done really well as somebody who's dealt with like chemotherapy and lots of stuff like that. It's a little relatable, and I thought that was really enjoyable. But yeah, I don't think it is in the same vein as Ragnarok, but it's not as good as Ragnarok. Ragnarok is a really, really good MCU film, and I just don't think this falls. I think this falls in like MCU is just throwing out stuff and seeing what sticks, pretty much, is what's happening here. Coming in at number 3 is The Black Phone. So I really enjoyed this. This is a Scott Derrickson film. He was the director of the first Doctor Strange. He was supposed to be the director of Multiverse of Madness before he was replaced with Sam Raimi due to creative differences. I think this is a really solid horror film. It's very disturbing in certain elements. So basically what happens is there is this character, this kidnapper named the Grabber, that kidnaps a bunch of kids, and all the kids go missing, and they try to figure out, there's this one kid who gets taken, and he's trying to figure out how to get out with the help of the black phone that is connected to the previous victims of the Grabber. So really interesting concept. Also, the little sister is great. She has like visions of the brother and of the house, and is able to come to rescue the brother at the end, because she kind of figures it out as the brother is able to escape as well. But she figures it out, and it's a really, really good film. I really enjoyed this. I believe it's also streaming on Peacock, so I would definitely recommend this one, or renting it. I think it's really good, and especially as we head into spooky season. Real good entry. Number 2 is Top Gun Maverick. Now, a lot of people think this is really cheesy, which it is. I never saw the original Top Gun, but I enjoyed this a lot. Like, I didn't want to see it because I was like, oh, it's just military propaganda. I don't really care about that sort of stuff. But no, this is really solid. It's really interesting to see like all the flying and the dogfighting. Really cool to see. Not a big Tom Cruise fan for several reasons, mostly because he's a Scientologist and he's just weird. But good on him for being able to do this film and doing all that he can do at basically 60 years old. So pretty impressive. But yeah, I know a lot of people are like obsessed with this movie. I'm not obsessed with it. I enjoy it a lot, but I I think it's really, really solid film for 2022. And it's like it passed Avengers Infinity War as one of the highest grossing films of all time. And my favorite film of the summer, coming in at the end of the summer, I thought this movie was phenomenal, is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. This I gave 4.5 stars. I think it's fantastic. It has great commentary on this generation, like Gen Z, as well as rich kids. It has a very strong message about how rich people just are. And it's really great. If you haven't seen it, run to go see this movie. It is so good. It's a nice short film. It's about 95 minutes long, so you're not going to be sitting in the theater for a very long time. This was marketed a little bit and kind of not, it wasn't marketed truthfully, I would say. It is marketed more as a horror film, but it is definitely a murder mystery. So you're like, who's done it? What's happening the whole time? And you're kind of like on the edge of your seat. So I really enjoyed this film. I think it's definitely worth the watch. The cast is amazing. There's a little bit of controversy with Amanda Steinberg, where she is going back and forth, or was going back and forth, with one of the writers for the New York Times, who said this movie is a 95-minute advertisement for cleavage, which is not the case. They're wearing normal clothes, and if you're distracted by that, then maybe you should go get some help, because you should be able to pay attention to other things. It's not like this movie is porno. It's very far from that. It's very, very good. So I would say definitely go see it. It should be in theaters for a little bit longer. But yeah, that was my #1 film of the summer. Kind of surprising. I didn't think I would love it that much, but I do love A24, so not shocking there. I am excited for the rest of the year, the movies that are coming out the rest of the year. Speaking of DC, we did get 2 movies pushed back. So Aquaman is coming out in December of next year, and Shazam is coming out in March. That is because Warner Brothers ran out of money and could only afford to do 2 films this year, one of which is Don't Worry Darling, which is also under a lot of controversy. Let me know if you'd want me to do a video on that. I have it planned in the schedule, but with all the controversy, I don't know if that would even perform very well. But let me know if you'd like to see a review of that on my channel. I'll definitely take feedback and see if you'd want to see that. The other one being Black Adam, which is coming out soon. So yeah, we have quite a bit left. There will be lots to come on this channel, so be sure to stay tuned. And I will see you on Thursday with my She-Hulk episode 3 breakdown. Bye!